All hail the kings and queens of vanity.
I have no problem. Of course I know people want to know about my life.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 celebrity narcissists.
I'm sorry I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I have to be put in a situation that just needs to upset me.
For this list, we're focusing on egocentric famous people who place special importance on their roles in society, and who are known for making outlandish statements about themselves.
Because I'm me, I'm different. I just have a different constitution, I have a different brain, I have a different heart, I have a different, I get tiger blood, man.
Note that this is all in good fun, and not meant to offend anyone, nor is it meant to be a legitimate psychiatric diagnosis.
I don't care to change that because that's the way I'm going to stay, because it's also protected me.
Number 10, Mariah Carey. Since the release of her debut album in 1990, this R&B songstress has sold over 200 million records. And for better or worse, she's been established as a legitimate diva of pop music.
Now, are you notoriously late on purpose? Like, do you?
Am I late today?
Yes.
Really?
No, she wasn't.
I wasn't?
She wasn't late.
Yes, she was.
It's not that Mariah Carey overemphasizes her relevance or sexuality like her contemporaries. It's how she carries herself and speaks to others that have people believing she thinks very highly of herself.
Who is one person that's qualified to sing at your wedding?
Nobody.
This millionaire also has a tendency to refer to other human beings as darling for some unknown reason.
Darling, I have to fix my hair before we say anything to each other.
Then there's the fact that it's been reported that Mariah plans to open a Mariah Carey museum. And let's not forget about her bewildering appearance on the Home Shopping Network in 2011.
I love everywhere else, but nothing is like New York. Obviously, I love my
classic.
beautiful classic ring that was given to me by a fabulous jewelry company. But I love the new shoe. I love this whole outfit together.
Number 9, Taylor Swift. Through no fault of her own, much of this celebrity's success can be tied directly to social media. And whereas a young Mariah Carey never had to deal with online trolls, Taylor Swift is all too familiar with negative internet vibes. But the fact that she appears to have had quite a few celebrity ex-boyfriends suggests that she also seems well aware of the spotlight. According to reports, Calvin Harris went so far as to blatantly refer to Swift as a narcissist, who is self-absorbed and puts herself first. This coming after she dumped the DJ and hooked up with Tom Hiddleston. To be fair, Taylor certainly uses her fame for plenty of good, but numerous outlets have not only pointed out her narcissistic behavior, but have also questioned why it continues at such a hyperactive level. Number 8, Tom Cruise.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I said listen to them by myself.
Since the early 80s, this controversial actor has experienced a unique level of fame, and part of it comes from his much-discussed personal life and public appearances. For example, one cannot simply go on the Today Show and assert intellectual dominance over the branch of medicine known as psychiatry. But that's just what Tom Cruise did.
Just knowing people who are on Ritalin isn't enough. You should be a little bit more responsible in knowing
I'm
really...
not prescribing Ritalin, Tom, and I'm not asking anyone else. It gets a little testy.
The world has seen him jump on Oprah's couch just over the idea of a new girlfriend, and he's also conveyed a troubling attitude when his opinions are criticized.
You're stepping over a line now. You're stepping over a line. You know you are.
Well, I suppose they're questions though,
Peter,
that people want to know.
Peter, you want to know. Take responsibility for what you want to know.
His association with the Church of Scientology only highlights his egocentric behavior, notably with the infamous Scientology video in which Cruise details why, in fact, he's so important to the world.
Because I won't hesitate to put ethics in on someone else, because I put it ruthlessly in on myself.
Number 7, Charlie Sheen.
And I was banging 7-gram rocks and finishing them because that's how I roll. I have one speed, I have one gear. Go!
Like Tom Cruise, this interesting man can be categorized as a narcissist, even if the end result might be slightly different.
You don't want to talk about your problem?
With you, are you serious?
As a product of 1980s Hollywood and actor Martin Sheen's marriage to Janet Templeton, Charlie has long been public about his role in the world. And yes, perhaps drugs and health problems influenced a few of his more bizarre outbursts.
I was taking a lot of testosterone. extreme, you know, and I think I went too far with it. So it was kind of like a borderline, not a roid rage, but a roid disengage, you know?
But like so many Hollywood narcissists with fame, money, and adoring fans, Sheen gives the impression that anything or anybody is available to him.
I was reading stuff about myself I couldn't believe. Sure. I'm like, wow, I'm magic.
And while that may not always be true, some of his previous public statements on personal and professional relationships reveal someone perhaps more concerned with himself than others.
Today, Sheen fancies himself as a modern Hugh Hefner inside his home he calls Silver Valley Lodge.
Number 6. Lindsay Lohan.
30 days in jail on the first DUI case consecutive, and 30 days in jail on the second DUI case consecutive. That's 90 days in jail.
In the early 2000s, this would-be superstar was derailed by her own narcissism and addictions.
I, for one, am not crazy. I'm merely a grown woman trapped in my daughter's body.
Lindsay Lohan was a promising actress, a recognized sex symbol, and fully understood her influence on others. But while some established celebrities can survive Hollywood scandals, Lilo hit rock bottom just as social media was blossoming.
Are you kidding? Yeah, she put on the cage off. Oh my God.
Therefore, her public fiascos and drug-fueled train wrecks weren't only documented in print, they were documented by TMZ and further propagated by Facebook, Twitter, and so on.
And then I read that you said that you really hadn't done cocaine but 3 or 4 times.
I really hadn't done it. I really haven't done it more than 10 to 15 times. Of course I said 3 or 4. I was terrified.
And although celebs are allowed to make mistakes, Lohan often deflected public scrutiny by making self-serving statements, thus perhaps justifying the criticism and perceived narcissistic behavior.
I'm sick of being followed. I'm tired of people lying, saying what they want about me.
Number 5. Justin Bieber.
I'll be your lifeline tonight.
It can be hard growing up in the public eye, especially when you're essentially one of the first YouTube stars. Yet the narcissistic behavior of Justin Bieber extends back even to his younger days.
I was thrown into this at 12 years old and didn't really know what I was getting myself into. There's been moments I'm really proud of and a lot of moments I look back and I'm pretty disappointed in myself for.
Nowadays, the problem that most people seem to have with Biebs isn't his fame or status, but the posturing and prototypical bad millennial behavior.
Guess what? Guess what? I don't recall.
And then there's his bizarre visit to the Anne Frank Museum and his assertion that the Holocaust victim, quote, would have been a believer.
Truly inspiring to be able to come here. Anne was a great girl. Hopefully, she would have been a believer.
Some will argue that Bieber's actions are reflective of his childhood or lack thereof. And we have to admit there have certainly been moments that speak volumes about his apparent detachment from societal norms.
What do you mean?
Number 4. Paris Hilton.
Are you having a good time? 'Cause I'm having a good time.
Like our 2 previous entries, this socialite experienced a new level of fame with the advent of social media. But even before the emergence of YouTube in 2005, Paris Hilton was already a recognized name as the great-granddaughter of Conrad Hilton, thanks to a sex tape.
You're like obsessed. You always film me.
When it comes to narcissism, well, it was her willingness to appear on reality television that exposed her unique way of thinking.
Massage my arms too. Massage my feet, please.
And it's her oblivious nature that rubs people the wrong way, along with the manner in which she often conducts herself.
I invented getting paid to party. I've been doing this, for over 10 years now.
Over the years, Paris has appeared ready for the spotlight, but not always ready for confrontation or public scrutiny about her self-important ways.
Do you ever worry about your moment having passed? You want to wrap up?
When I was curious about one thing going back to...
What followed was a long, heated conversation with Hilton and her publicist.
Number 3, Donald Trump.
And do you think that he is a narcissist? Would you say that he is a narcissist?
It would take a unique person to remain oblivious to the egocentric ways of Donald Trump. In fact, many people have been saying that Donald is a textbook example of a narcissist.
I'm really rich. I'll show you that in a second.
As a business mogul that's achieved extraordinary wealth, it's safe to say that he probably knows a thing or two about manipulation. And his controversial public statements typically toe the line between performance and pure narcissism.
The African Americans love me.
It's speculated that Trump feels entitled, and that his vision of humanity comes from his outlandish ego.
We look fantastic, and I mean really fantastic.
He can be dismissive on a personal level, while the way in which he puts forth his ideas and statements gives the impression that he has utter belief in his success and his correctness.
Everybody loves me.
I went to an Ivy League school. I'm very highly educated. I know words. I have the best words.
Number 2, Kim Kardashian.
The particular suite that you requested has been booked for a year.
I don't care. They need to get that room. That room needs to magically become available for me because I've asked for it for a month ago.
In terms of pop culture and social media influence, there's no other female celebrity quite like Kim Kardashian. Well, except maybe her younger sister Kylie. But it's not known how Kim achieved her fame that gets people all worked up. It's the self-confidence movement that she so gleefully supports. Her assets extend far beyond the financial, and she's keen on showing the world her natural form. But like fellow reality star Paris Hilton, Kim's time in the spotlight, especially on reality TV, in combination with her upbringing, appears to have warped her view of reality. And while it can be easy to judge Kim for her actions, her selfie book and relationship with Kanye West are just further examples of her brand of 21st century narcissistic behavior.
Did you buy him a Lamborghini?
I did buy him a car for his birthday, a Lamborghini.
Oh, you did buy a Lamborghini.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
You would argue no matter what I say,
Yeah, because
you have a
upset
chip
at you
on your
now.
shoulder and you want to
upset at
argue
you
instead
now.
of being accountable.
Cause I don't give a f. If you were lame, that's a shame. You can't hang with us. I'm MC Hammerfly. You can't touch.
So check your lipstick before you come and talk to me, because you're wearing it.
Okay.
All right, girl. Let's go sit down.
Number 1, Kanye West.
Everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was, a god.
Born in Atlanta but raised in Chicago, this producer turned rapper has paid his dues in the world of hip-hop. And of course, confidence is key in the rap game, whether it be in the studio or on a public stage.
I'm standing up and I'm telling you I am Warhol. I am the #1 most impactful artist of our generation. I am Shakespeare in the flesh.
But there is arguably no one more famous for whining, ranting, and flat out proclaiming him or herself to be a genius in the early 21st century than this guy.
Excuse me, was you saying something? You can't tell me nothing.
At times, Yeezy can be eloquent and persuasive, so much so that one may actually forget about his past history of narcissistic behavior.
Most rappers' taste level ain't at my waist level. Turn up the bass till it's up in your face level.
And then there are the moments where Kanye West puts so much emphasis on his intelligence and potential that he loses sight of the world around him. This further causes him to react negatively to any evidence of his egotism that's been put forth, while also serving to support its very existence.
Could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. That's good for my ego. Me and my ego.
Do you agree with our list? Who do you think is the biggest celebrity narcissist?
That's the kind of mindset, that's the kind of thinking you need for this country.
For more elitist top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
You don't know, and I do. I think that you should be a little bit more responsible in knowing what it is.